Hello my friends, welcome back to my potting shed, and today I am going to sow some peas. I'm going to show you how I do this because I don't direct sow them in the ground. I will put them into pots if I'm sowing them into pots, and those of you who are joining my grow along next month, we will be doing that. But it's the end of February and I am going to show you how I sow any seed actually that mice and rabbits and squirrels and other critters like to dig up. So I use loo roll inners. This is my secret weapon, and I just fold them over at the end, whoops, like this. So although it's not completely sealed, it just holds the compost little. I put in the compost, which is a mixture 50% compost. I either use my homemade or I buy some, but it's peat-free compost and some perlite, so 50-50, because then it's quite nice and free draining, but the perlite helps to not only keep the structure but keep the moisture as well. So, and peas like to be they like to be in moist conditions, not waterlogged but moist. So I've got a packet of seeds here. These are Kelvedon Wonder seeds. These are actually from last year, may even be the year before actually. I mostly find that pea seeds are pretty robust. They look fairly, shriveled like dried peas. And what I do is I put 2 peas per pot. Some people will suggest that you soak peas, dried peas, before you sow them. I have never done that, and they've always been fine. So that's one. That's my experience. The other thing is that I put 2 seeds in a pot, because then, well, either I get an abundance of peas, which is a possibility, or maybe only one will germinate, and perhaps one will be stronger than the other, so I can pull out the one that's not very strong. But I put 2 in. It's my insurance policy, if you like. The reason I use these tubes is because pea seedlings don't like their roots being disturbed. So when these are growing and they're ready to go in the ground, which will be a few weeks time, what I can do is just pick up the whole tube, put it straight in the ground, and the tube will decompose and the roots will be able to spread and do their thing. So I am going to put 2 seeds per pot. Let me just get these out. The packet, as always, tells you what to do. It says prepare it in a seed bed. Well, I'm just putting them in my pots, and it says 2 inches deep. So 2 inches is approximately the depth of my thumb. So if I put the seeds, let me just if I put the seeds on the top of the tube like that and then push this in, I can go down to, my knuckle. And what it will do is it will leave me with a bit of space at the top. So at the end, I will just top those all up with compost. Okay, so here are my pots all done with compost filled up to the top. I've not pressed it down too hard, but I have pressed it firmly enough that when I water them, these should stay pretty full. And I will go and water these now. I will put them then on the windowsill. Actually, I keep them in my laundry room because then I can keep an eye on it. If you have a greenhouse, they'll be fine outside in the greenhouse as long as it's not frosty. And yeah, they should be showing shoots in the next week or 2, and I will come back and show you how we move on from there. But these are my peas done. All right, my friends, thank you for watching. As always, do like and subscribe if you want to join in the fun of growing veg with me on the Great British Veg Plot. I am looking forward to our grow along next month. That's March. Make sure that you are subscribed so you have notifications coming through. And yeah, you can follow along on my website too, which is thegreatbritishvegplot.co.uk. I look forward to seeing you again soon.